If you don't know already, just to remind you, this is not the CBC filled with gobs of money for the taxpayers. So please donate, keep us on the air, because you're going to want to hear from Patrick Gossage. He was Pierre Elliott Trudeau's press secretary when the Liberal Party was the Liberal Party. And he joins me right now because I want to put the question to you. Mr. Carney, Prime Minister, I'll put this to you. He is disavowing everything he has said and stood for over the last 10 years. Carbon tax, pipelines, the greening. I'm sure he's still for a cleaner earth, as is everybody. Can a man survive as Prime Minister? Can he be elected if everybody's saying, well, you don't stand for anything? Well, you're changing.
Well, that is his problem. And the poor old Liberals, and they're desperate for a savior after what Trudeau left them, although Trudeau in the end was very strong, by the way.
His last speech
is incredible.
If he had spoken like that for 10 years, he'd still be there because he got it. He finally got it.
He got it, and he was the one that said, this is economic warfare. And he was talking about a battle against Trump, and the great savior is talking about stand up for Canada.
Everybody's standing up for Canada.
I know.
Course.
I was disappointed in his speech, and I've been disappointed in his public persona since the beginning. He's full of a lot of big talk about economic strength and building a stronger Canada. Canada strong. Oh boy, that really gets your heart, doesn't it? We want hearts and minds to go back to the Liberals, and I'm not sure he's the guy to do it. We can only pray that he's learning politics, as he keeps saying, and he's learning the bad part of politics, like dissembling, lying, not doing interviews, hiding. I don't know. I think things are going to catch up with him. But if he's got really good guys, maybe he can take advantage of his resume, which is the best resume of any prime minister.
For a bureaucrat, we've had some excellent some prime ministers before. But when you say a new team, so far people supporting him are those who were fired from the old team.
I know, like Marco Mendocino. Come on.
And Butts.
And Butts
they're the same people.
Butts is back to take his revenge. The revenge
never
of
left.
Butts.
He never left. You know that. Yeah. So it's the same Trudeau. Some people are going to say, well, it's Trudeau, 10 years, the same thing.
Well, except that he hasn't got the social conscience that Trudeau has, nor does he have all the wokeism. He lacks the wokeism, so that's probably
maybe that's a good thing.
And I think, if the resume speaks for itself, it's full of trust. Everybody trusts people who've had great big international jobs. And unfortunately, they apparently don't trust smart women like Christia, which I think is a shame. But, politics is cruel. Let's face it, really cruel.
It's a tough game. We'll come back to that one in a few weeks, see what happens. Patrick Gossage, thank you very much. 3 minutes. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago, we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act. Once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.